EAFC 24 title update 7 realism sliders and settings. Let's go. Now the gameplay you see in this video is after title update 7, which got released about 7 days ago, and ever since then until now I've been working on the best realism sliders and settings to use in order to make your gameplay a little bit more of a simulation, a bit more slower, and actually to require you to apply your skills and not to exploit the game. So if that's what you're looking for, then this is the video for you, and if you're going to enjoy it and find it useful, please do drop a like on it and subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate that. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. The sprint speed is at 0. There is no sprint speed, you could say. 0, and if I could take it lower, I would, because I don't know about you, but the speed on this game after the latest update is way too quick. Players are moving way too quickly. I try to play with the acceleration as well, but I've left it on 50 because still lowering the acceleration just means you're not going to be able to defend. It means that AI are not going to be able to defend you. I've mentioned this multiple times. To the new people, just refer back to one of my older videos to get the explanations that you need, but just don't touch the acceleration. Sprint speed 0, acceleration 50. Shot error stays on 65, pass error goes all the way up to 81. Yes, it's going to be a bit more difficult to make those passes, but you'll see with the other sliders later on that it kind of balances each other out, so pass error is on 81. Shot speed also remains on 45, but pass speed is nerfed down to 29. This just coincides with the lower sprint speed. You know, we're trying to overall make the game a bit slower after they have made it faster after the latest update, so you have to reduce things such as the sprint speed, such as the pass speed, increase the pass error. It just makes everything, you know, just be a bit more coordinated, whereas if you have lower sprint speed, but then the pass speed is still where it was before, the game is going to look all clunky and it's not quite going to work. To my career mode people, injury frequency stays on 85, injury severity stays on 35, but goalkeeping ability has been increased to 68. I saw way too many keepers getting beaten at their near post and it just didn't quite work. 68, still not sure. I think it could get increased even further, you know, but for now I have it there. This is one where you guys just have to use it according to your preference, because if you increase the goalkeeper ability way too much alongside that shot error, then it may be a bit too difficult to score goals, but personally I have it on 68. The marking is on 74 just to make it a bit more intense and make it a bit more difficult to dribble past players, and consider we've also lowered the line length. You'll see that in a minute. It's gonna be very hot in that midfield, bro. You're not gonna have much space to breathe, and yeah, just simulate that midfield battle. You know, there's gonna be a lot of intense tackles flying in there, and your touch has to be perfect if you want to do anything productive from the midfield position. Run frequency remains on 10, but like I always say, if you're struggling to score goals, then increase it. Line height remains on 50, but line length is lowered all the way down to 26. Now, to those who do not know what line length means, it's the distance between your defensive line to your midfield line, and from your midfield line to your offensive line. Now, the lower you take this value, the more compact that space will be. It means the opposition won't have that much space to play through the lines, they'll not have that much room to take a touch and to turn and to do these kind of things. So lowering it down again increases that intensity in the midfield. Line width stays on 47 and fullback positioning remains on default 50. And finally, the first touch control error. To those who use the previous sliders may find this one a bit surprising because it's been lowered from 90 all the way down to 54. Now this also has to do with the increased overall speed in this update, and if you have it as high as 90, I tried 80 as well, there are way too many glitches. Not even glitches that make sense, right? Whereas previously, you know, a player could miscontrol a ball, but it would still make sense. Right now, even just running in a straight line becomes a problem and they just cannot control the football. So I've lowered it all the way down to 54. You know, increasing the line length as well means that it's still going to be difficult to dribble past your players. You know, you need those players with very high dribbling and very high ball control to just, you know, zip past players. But again, it doesn't make it impossible for even the lower rated players to do the same, just less likely. And just to keep this video as brief as possible, I'm just going to show you guys all the settings, not really going to explain them. I've explained them multiple times in the past. One setting that I may change in this update is the jockeying assistance. I may have it on assisted, still playing between assisted and manual, only because of the increased speed of the game. It becomes a bit difficult to mark players 1v1, especially in like the wide areas and stuff like that. So if you guys are struggling with defending, I'd suggest assisted jockeying. But apart from that, I suggest you use these settings if you want your game to look like this. One other setting that I will be changing is the refereeing strictness. I used to use very strict, but there were way too many red cards after this update because they did mention the pitch note that they have updated the referee logic when giving out fouls and giving out cards, and I was getting a red card in literally every game. So I've gone from very strict to strict. And I also saw the title update 8 is already on the way, so if you guys want to be updated after that one, make sure you're subscribed and hit the bell notification as well, and you'll never miss a video. Do check out some of the other career mode series that we have on the channel. They're all fun, and you know we take it very seriously. Apart from that, I've been Quickie Crusher. I'll see you guys next time.